Hi guys, how is your mood today? Today we will talk about some real situations, and today our topic is introducing real life aspects of the listening. Before beginning my topic, I have got a question. What does it mean real life situation? Can you give me an example? Yes, you are 100% right. Real life situation, this is a communicational situation from our daily life, communicating with each other. This is a real life situation, and it can improve our listening skill and also speaking skills. As an example, I may give an example of this situation because I'm speaking here and you are listening to me and understanding the new topic's meaning here. This is a real life situation of the listening. Here you can see some lists of real life situations. The first one is interview. You know that interview, this is such kind of task that there are two speakers, there are two people here, and one should ask some question about the topic and others provide the answer. And using your answer, this person should know and analyze you are suitable for that job or not. And the next one, it is giving the instruction. For example, during your lesson or at your home, your mom or your teacher should say that open your notebook, open the window, open the door, or close your notebook, close your book. This is also the giving the instructions. The next one is loudspeaker announcement. You know that in the street there are a lot of products and advertisement here, and one customer at a time made some sales and some prices in a loud voice. It's also the loudspeaker announcement. It's an example for loudspeaker announcement. The next type, this is a radio news. While listening to radio, you may listen to some news and analyze this news and can get some information about the world. This is also one type of the real life situation. And also comment meetings is an example for real life situations because there will be some discussions and some conversation with someone. This is also the example for that. And shopping, during making some shopping, at the time there may be some discussions on conversation about the priced products. It's also the good example, and it can help you to improve your speaking skill and listening skills here. And the next type, this is a theater show. While watching the theater show, it can help you to improve your listening skills and understanding that meaning. And also telephone chat, this is a good way to improve your listening skills because at the time speaker may use some informal words and it can help you to improve your listening skills. And lesson and lectures are the formal version of real life aspects of listening because at the time students and the teacher should make some conversation in an informal way. And conversation and gossip, you know that a lot of women like to make some conversation and make some gossips. For example, did you hear about your husband? This is one example for that term. And watching television, while watching TV, while watching your favorite movie or favorite cartoon also, or listening to music while watching, it can help you to improve your listening skills. And also storytelling, you know that our children like to listen to your stories and it can help them to understand the world in a native language. While they are learning the second language, listening to some stories, it can help them to improve their listening skill also. At the time, of course, you may have some questions about the topic. Is it important? Why is it important? What do you think is it important for improve our listening skill? Because using the real life aspects of the listening, using the real life situations can help to improve your listening skill in a good way. Even so, it's a more comfortable and easy way listening to than listening to some typescripts and broadcasts. It's a good way. And because of the term here, you can see some characteristics of using the real life situation. The first one is using the informal speaking discourse. Using the informal speech, it's you may speak or you may listen that conversation like a native speaker using the informal version of the discourse. The next type, this is a listener expectation and purpose. You may use your own words and mention that what you want the person who is speaking, who is listening to you at the time, and looking as well as you are listening to someone. You should listen to someone, and also you should show at the time you are listening to them. And the next one is ongoing purpose of listeners and showing their purpose. It's a good way. And the next one is speaker's attention. You should take the speaker attention and also the listener attention at the time. And looking the short part of the characteristics of the real life situations here, I should mention and I should explain the topic, the conversation. You know that there are two types of conversation, verbal and non-verbal. At the time, if you are speaking during the conversation, you should use a lot of the verbal type of the conversation. You should use your words here, and also you may use the non-verbal side, but you should use more verbal sides of the words. For example, here that I am explaining a new topic. You know that lesson and lectures are the types of the real life situation, and I should use more my words to explain a new topic at the time, and it's a good way for speaker. For listener should use the nonverbal communication at the time, because she or he should show that he or she is listening to her that at the time and show their emotions in using the nonverbal side. You know that there are a lot of types of nonverbal communication. For example, that posture, appearance, or nodding, facial expressions, body language, all of them are the nonverbal communication. At the time, you may use nodding. For example, it means that yes, you are using your head, and nodding at the time, it means that you are understanding to her at the time. It's a nodding. For example, you may use your facial expressions. For example, you may smile at the time. It means that you are agree for that situation. Or you may use the eye contact. You should pay attention to your words, and for example, you may look at your eyes at the time and like that. Or you may use your body language, your hands here. For example, you may use such kind of things here. This is using the non-verbal communication. It can help you to take the speaker attention and listener attention. It's an easy way and a good way for that. This time, making some break, I have got a question. What do you think? Real life situations should be well prepared or spontaneous? Formal, informal? What do you think? Think about the term for a while. Yes, you were right. The real life situation should be formal and informal. For example, you know that interview or that discussion side, for example, commit meetings should be formal, or our lectures should be formal. Yes, you know, at the time that the speaker should use more formal words for that, identifying their opinion and mind. Yes, you are right. And the next one, for example, your gossip or making some conversation or telephone chat should be informal. Yes, you may use 100% that informal words at the time. And also, lesson and lecture should be the well prepared. Teachers should know how he or she occur their lessons and structured lesson you should show your students. And the next one, for example, telephone chat may be the spontaneous. At the time you don't know after this word, you don't know about the next word Yes, this is a spontaneous situations. And informal speech has different features, you know. Here the some lists of the informal speech feature. The first one is brevity of chunks. What does it mean, chunks? Chunks are that joining the two or more words. For example, the collocations, phrasal verbs here, for example, going on, or that here's the knockout girl. At the time, the knockout girl, the joining the together. This is also the chunks. You may use a lot of chunks to identifying your opinion during the speech, and it can help the listeners to improve their listening skill also. The next feature, this is the pronunciation. Pay attention, it is the pronunciation. It is not the using some phoneme or phonology side. This is only pronunciation. At the time, it's unnecessary knowing for example, the connected speech, knowing some elisions or intrusion. It's unnecessary. Only pay attention your pronunciation, how you will pronounce the words. For example, words here, I pronounce these words like words. This is also the one feature of the informal speech here. The next main feature, this is the vocabulary. You should use more vocabulary to make your speech more, how can I say it, more interesting for someone. For example, you may use the word guy instead of using the words person. For example, I may use the hi guys. Don't say I shouldn't say at the time hi my students. This is some boring speaking for my students. So I may use the hi guys. Using the word hi guys, it feels that using more the vocabulary at the time, or the kid for the word child. This is also the using the vocabulary here. And grammar. What do you think? Grammar is important using the informal speech. What do you think? Yes, you are right. It's unnecessary to knowing the grammar well. You may use some short answers at that time. For example, you may answer for that question, where she is now. Here there's some question, and you may use that answer here that in London. It's unnecessary to say that she is in London now in a formal speech. You may only say that in London. It's enough. And the next task is noisy. You know that in formal speech, it will be some noisy situation, because some real life situations may be in the street. For example, loudspeaker announcement. Yes, you know, this is so noisy. It's a, how can I say that? Maybe this kind of situation in a real life situation. And redundance, you know that there are a lot of some types of redundance. For example, using some fillers, using some repetitions, or using some emotional words at the time. You may use the repetition words. For example, 12 words. 12 words? Yes, 12 verbs. For example, it's using the repetition side. It's a redundance. It can help you to how can I say, clarify your words effectively. This is. And the last one is the non-repetition. You know that during your speaking, for example, you are talking one topic at the beginning of the lesson, and at the end of the lesson you were changing your topic. At the time you shouldn't. It's unnecessary to adding the information about your first topic. It's unnecessary to repeat it again. And this is the ending of explanation our new topic, and this is a so crucial and sweet point of my lesson that now I'll explain some new method and some new activity for teaching that topic. At the time you may use that both of the teaching style, for deductive and for inductive. Both of them you may use such kind of activities. The first activity, the activity, this is the teacher should take some sheet of papers here like that, and should write all that this 12 aspects of the listening, aspects of the situation of the listening. For example, it may be some interview or commit meeting, and students come to the board, then step by step they choose one sheet of paper, and according to the sheet of paper, this is pay attention, this is a pair work, and students should work with their peers, and they make some role play about that topic. For example, I should choose one paper. For example, I took this sheet of paper, and here they like the interview, and I and my peer should show some role play about the topic.
Hi, you have sent your CV to us. That's why. Let's talk about your qualification first. What kind of qualification do you have?
Okay. Good morning. I'm glad to see you here. And if I speak about my qualification, before coming here, I have worked at our central library approximately 2 years.
What are your strengths?
If I speak about my strengths, my biggest asset to manage all things, also the time. And also, I'm good at working with computer, and also I know the 3 languages, English, Russian, and French.
What do you think? You will fit into this position?
Yes, of course, because I really love working with people and communicating with someone.
How much salary do you want?
I don't know. I haven't thought about this question yet.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Now, this activity is so suitable for the teachers who want to improve their students' listening and speaking skills using some real-life situations. And our next activity, it also depends on real-life situations. At that time, students should work on with the teacher, not their peer, not with other students. At that time, teachers should give the question spontaneously to one student. For example, imagine that I am a teacher here and I am asking one student, for example, did you hear about that information about the Lucy? And for this situation, this student should answer this question. For example, no, I didn't hear, or yes, I hear. At that time, other students should find what type of the real life situations is here occurring. This is the conversation, or the making some gossip. This is, and the next students, I will make some conversation. For example, can you tell me the cost of this product? At the time, this student should answer to my question. He or she should tell me the cost of this product, and other students should find what kind of real life situation is this. Yes, this is a shopping. This is shopping situations. And this is the ending of my lesson, and thanks for your attention. I hope that you may use these methods and you may use this information during your lesson. Thanks for your attention. Goodbye.